Well, just an outstanding effort today by the St. Michael's Carey Blues. They dominated on both sides of the line.
I think one of my memorable experiences was the three-peat. Obviously, we had some great athletes, and a lot of those, I would say, about probably 20 over 30 athletes went on to play in CAS or either D1.
Some of the high school kids that we coach that are now close to hitting 30 or so, we didn't need to send these kids to prep school. High school was so big here. High school football was great here. We can do it from here, and these kids are getting D1 scholarships, getting offered, going to youth sports, CIS, getting scholarship. It's now, we're kind of like, we have to get them out of here because there's no high school football. And rep football is great, trust me. You know, Scarborough Thunder, obviously, you know, everybody's doing what they can on the rep level, but, you know, a lot of the US schools, they don't understand the rep level here.
The competitiveness that football brings, the sense of accountability to yourself, to your teammate, to your coach, to your school and community is second to none. I think the dedication, commitment to high school football in particular, I think the reality is most people have no clue. Coaches are out there, you know, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week in terms of film, preparing for games, meetings. The amount of hours that are put in it's astronomical.
Perceptions are that, you know, schools have everything they need and they have the supports and they have the funding. And the reality is that schools that do have football programs such as ours, you know, it is a constant struggle. You know, raising funds for a football program can be difficult. At every school that has football, there are people leading the charge to raise that money. But ultimately, it's about kids.
The kids want to feel special and they want to feel wanted. And I think that when they see community members kind of invest in something that they're doing, it kind of validates all of their effort. It validates 5 days a week that they're putting in their practice time after school. So I think that if I could send a message out to the community, it's you want to be a part of this, so that way you can be part of that feeling that you give our student athletes as they're going through this experience.
Through Football Toronto and George Gredis and the hard work that all, you know, the members have put into it, curated and crafted this idea of, you know, how can we help the next generation of athletes here in the city participate in this game. One of the biggest challenges to football is the requirements to keep these helmets certified annually, right? Which is so important. The boys and girls that love this game, one of the most important aspects is that they leave this game safe. And we want to do our part to help ensure that.
Programs like the Helmet Bank provide that sustainability that's required in a sport like this. And when you do that, you open the door to so many kids that maybe, you know, never tried a sport like this, and now all of a sudden feel like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot, I'm going to do it.
The thing about this program and this organization is that every dollar raised goes back to support the players and to elevate them in their pursuit. From the helmets to the annual All-Star recognition to the awards ceremonies, everything goes back to elevate and promote and put a spotlight on the people who are on the field.
Hey, look, in this day and age, we're all being asked for our money, for our time, for our support, but I'd love for you to think about how Football Toronto can help make our community better. Providing those opportunities for kids on the field, providing them a chance to learn about mentorship and teamwork, providing them a chance to actually meet people, coaches, community members, who might even be a bigger impact because they're talking about their career, not just about their coaching.
If they can find success in their everyday lives and just be amazing people as they grow up and find success in their lives, and football got them there, that is my success at the end of the day. That's where I find that I've succeeded as a coach.
I'd like to thank the Toronto Argonauts for the Helmet Bank program. Without this program, many schools and student athletes wouldn't have the opportunity to play.
So where you can, get out and support Football Toronto. I applaud what the guys at Football Toronto are doing. You know, I feel like if I had seen that grassroots movement 25 years ago when I was coaching, you wouldn't have the challenges we have in the city with schools not able to field programs.
I didn't know how things were going to recover after, especially after COVID. Like, it was already on a downhill, just with costs. But like having this opportunity has allowed football to grow and hopefully to continue to grow into the future.
We'd like to give a special thank you to Football Toronto and the Toronto Argos for quarterbacking this program and helping make football more accessible to kids.